Sit down in a restaurant. Is that the meat you wanted to eat? How will you ever know? Hash browns and bacon strips. I like the way that you lick your lips. No fooling, I can see you drooling. Feel the hunger grow. Come on, baby, eat the rich. Put the bite on the son of a bitch. Don't mess up, don't you give me no switch. Come on, baby, here's your supper. Come on, honey, bite that sucker. Hail Satan. Hail Lucifer. Hail great Lord Belial. Hail great Lord Leviathan. Hail beautiful Queen Lilith. Hail great Queen Astaroth. Hail Lucifer's Raphael. Hail King Paimon. Hail King Pazuzu. Hail Queen Tiamat. Hail beautiful Queen Lilith. Hail King Asmodeus. Hail King Asmodee. Hail great King Azazel. And hail and ave to every one of my true 666% satanic brothers and sisters. Fakes, phonies, wannabes, keyboard Satanists. I really don't care what happens to you, and I'm being dead serious about that. I really am. But with that being said, I want to title this video Satanists of the Past. Okay? Now, and in saying that, the reason why I'm calling it Satanists of the Past is because if it wasn't for these guys and women, there mightn't even be a term Satanist. There mightn't be a term, there might not have been a term necromancer. Well, necromancer, necro meaning, you know, black and Greek. That was around for many, many years, that name. Necromancy was. But theistic Satanists, spiritual, traditional, you know, we were all just considered Satanists. Or occultists, or black magicians, sorcerers, black witches, whatever you prefer. Okay? And now with saying that, many of the people today, I've noticed over the past, and I really have noticed it. I just finished watching a video belonging to a brother of mine, Thomas Levi, or not Levi, Thomas Leroy, and I haven't watched one of his videos in a while, but, you know, because what I heard a while ago, this was like a couple years ago too, maybe a year ago, I wasn't really fussy about what was coming out, right? But the man is a Satanist, okay? That's beyond any shadow of a doubt. You know, no question. But, in saying that, you think about it. Just think about this for a moment, okay? Like anybody that's new to the path, or even if you've been on the path for years, like I have. Now, Satanists aren't made. They're not like you can put an order in at McDonald's and out comes a Satanist, okay? They're not like you can put an order in, you know, you can go on a shelf at Walmart, at Wally World, and pick up a Satanist off the shelf. Satanists aren't made in factories. We're born. I really do believe that we're born. Now, maybe 99, maybe all the ones who, you know, and you have a lot of people that, because I have the same thing. I have messages sent to me online every day. How do I become a Satanist? I want to become rich. I want to become famous. Well, first of all, it doesn't work that way at all. I'd love to be rich. And I got no problem saying it. But I'm not. And unless in the foreseeable future some serious coin comes my way, or I win the lottery or something like that, I don't see it happening. But you never know. But the way I look at it is I'm happy to father Satan and King Asmodeus and every demonic entity in existence that I have a roof over my head, a dry roof at that. I have food in my belly. I have stuff to drink. I have a place to do rituals to Father Satan and King Lucifer and all the demonic. You know, so I really have nothing to complain about. Could life be better? Could I be happier? Yeah, who couldn't? But, you know, you take the card you dealt. You take the hand that you dealt, and you try to make the best of it. And if rituals help you get better, if rituals help you make your life better, and you're devoted to them, to the demonic, more power to you, because that's just the way I am. But anyway, to get back to what I was talking about earlier, about Satanists not being made, but being born, Crowley obviously wasn't a cultist. He obviously wasn't a cult. He obviously was an occultist, I mean. And I'm willing to bet that he was a Satanist. He never admitted being a Satanist, not once, that I know of. Because I know a lot about Crowley. And that being said, look at all the work he's done for the left-hand path. And for people doing rituals, satanic, demonic rituals for the left-hand path. Okay? So obviously Crowley was born that way. And Crowley was a genius. There's no question about it. And anybody that, sure, the man might have got hooked on drugs or whatever, but that could happen to anybody, man. That could happen to anybody in the past. That could happen to anybody watching this video. You could be walking across the street and get hit by a car or something. Break a leg, break your arm, probably do more damage, whatever. And the doctor could put you on Percocets or Oxycontin or, you know, hydromorphones or Dilaudid or anything like that. And before you know it, before you even realize it, you're hooked. Now you got to try to get off it. Unless you want to stay on it. That's just entirely up to you, right? Well, that being said, even if Crowley was a drug addict, the man was still a genius. Look at all the work he put out, man. Look at every book he done. There's no way in this world that man wasn't a true left-hand pather, and in my honest opinion, a true black magician, black sorcerer, Satanist even. And then Eliphas Levi, obviously, you know, White, Edward, I can't remember his middle name, but Edward White. And then then I'm working my way up to Anton Zandor LaVey. Now, the beliefs that Church of Satan have now, I totally disagree with. But that's due to Blanche Barton, and that's due to Peter Gilmore. It has nothing to do with Anton, because Anton's gone. But you think about it. In 1966, Anton decided to blow the fucking doors wide open for Satanists and for Satanism. And I'm not joking when I say blow the doors wide open, because he blew the place right apart. He was like a new kid. Anton opened everything. Or not everything, but a lot. Because, number one, he had a full head of hair. He shaved after when he's working with the carnivals. He shaved his head, grew a goatee, sat down and wrote the Satanic Bible. Now, like I said prior, I don't follow the Satanic Bible strictly, but there are certain parts that I do. Like small parts. Like I do try to adhere to the nine satanic sins and stuff like that, right? But that being said, Anton, you can say what you like about the man, but if it wasn't for Anton LaVey writing the Satanic Bible, I don't even know if there would be one out right now that you could consider a satanic Bible. Now, there's been people that wrote Bibles since and called them the Devil's Bible, because I have that here too. And that's on traditional Satanism. Where did I put Lana's book? It's right here. As this is Anton's Satanic Bible here. Okay? This is the Demonic Bible here. And this is the Devil's Bible here. And this is another Devil's Bible. But this one got another book with it, which has the Devil's Coven and the Devil's something else. I can't remember exactly. Just give me a sec here. I'll hold up the page there and see for a sec. This one has 3 books in one. It has the Devil's Bible, the Devil's Disciple, sorry. It's in with this one as well. Okay? And then you have the Luciferian aspect, Luciferian Bible, and then you got the 50th year edition of the Satanic Bible that Anton Long done over for. I think he done it over for out of respect for LaVey, because Anton Long knows what LaVey did, because he worked with LaVey many years ago. And him and LaVey were chums. And then along comes Blanche Barton and Peter Gilmore. LaVey gets, LaVey dies, passes on. And out comes the crap. Then, of course, Blanche and they rose the price for the Church of Satan to be a member. And all this crap. They pretty much ruined it. They really did. But that being said, if it wasn't for the Satanic Bible first, I'm willing to bet a lot of people that are Satanists now, that are true, sinister, 666% Satanists now, I honestly believe that a lot of them would not be Satanists if it wasn't for Anton's Bible. No, I'm not saying just because I like Anton's Bible, just because I like Anton LaVey's Bible, that it's the be-all and end-all book. Okay? And I'm not saying that I obviously don't follow the Church of Satan. Never have, never will. But I will say this. There are parts in Anton's Bible that are good, that really make sense. No question. No question. The man had an idea, and he went and blew the fucking roof off the place. Because when he came out with the Satanic Bible with his shaved head and blessed in black and all that, especially back in 1966, like, come on, like, that must have blew the place apart. Like, it really, I'm not joking, serious, like, that was like, because people are bad enough now, this day and age, and it's like 2020. Imagine what they were like in 1966, 67, 68. I was born in 68. And so can you imagine what it was like back then compared to what it is, And in saying that, I am going to say this as well. If it wasn't for Crowley, say what you want about the man. The man was a black magician, in my honest opinion. The man was a black sorcerer. No question about it. You can tell that by all his work he's done. I have a ton of his books, and I'm going to get a ton, and I got plans on getting a lot more of them. Eventually, I'll probably have every book that I can get my hands on by him. That's my plan. That's usually what I do. I usually start at a. If I like the work that a certain person puts out, I'll get every book they got. Might take me a few months, a little longer maybe sometimes, but I still manage to do it. But that being said, Thomas Leroy did come up with a good point. And he did entitle his video, Satanists of the Past. And I agree with them 100% on it. I really do. It's one thing I do agree on that. Because if it wasn't for, and Satanists I don't believe are made. Like I said before, you're not 20 years old and then all of a sudden you want to be a Satanist. No, it's either in you from the moment you're fucking conceived and born, or it's not in you at all. Sure, people convert to Satanism from different religions because they're sick of being sheep, which I think is great. I really do. And in saying that, I also believe that that same person was probably meant to be a Satan. They were probably a Satanist all their life when they didn't open up and realize and acknowledge it. It's my opinion, right? With that, I'll let everybody go. Hail King Asmodeus. Hail King Asmodee. Hail Great Father Satan. Hail Great Lord Leviathan. Hail Great Lord Belial. Hail King Lucifer. Hail beautiful Queen Lilith. Hail Queen Tiamat. Hail Lord Mephistopheles. Hail Lucifer's Raphael. I'll talk to you next, guys. Hail Satan. Ave Satanis.